How do you see the unemployment rate evolving over this year and next year, and sort of the labour market growth?
Well, we've seen the unemployment rate come down recently to 5.3%. We expect to see the employment growth to start to slow from here. The annual pace slowing from somewhere around 2.5% to more closer to 1.5%. What that also means is we expect the unemployment rate to drift higher to around 5.5% towards the end of the year. Now, through next year, we've got a bit of uncertainty around the first half of the year, some shocks to employment. That will see the unemployment rate drift higher, 5.6%, 5.7%. But then through the year, the pace of growth will improve again and pulling the unemployment rate back down again, around to 5.4% by the end of the year of 2019.
What sort of factors might lead to these shocks?
Well, we've got, particularly around May next year, you've got the election coming up. We've seen for the last two elections that as we go into an election, there's a lot of uncertainty. That creates some stalling on employment growth, and the pace of employment growth falls away and unemployment rises. The thing to remember though, however, we do get a recovery from that, but we've also seen that we shouldn't expect too much of a rise in unemployment because females have been very dynamic in this economy and they've been entering and leaving the workforce, and them leaving the workforce as things slow will prevent unemployment from exploding.
The other big question mark that's worrying everybody about the economy is a slow growth in wages. How are you seeing that over the next couple of years?
I'd really like to say on many levels that we would expect to see an acceleration in wages. We've seen some very large minimum wage cases that should be helping boost it. But we've seen very much constrained employment conditions. Even though the labour market has tightened, firms are very focused on cost control with like a laser focus. We've also seen uncertainty around jobs remain relatively high. Underemployment, people who want to work more hours, is relatively elevated here. We've also seen this dynamic in the female employment, which is sort of producing this sort of supply of labour that's muting. So we expect wages to drift a little higher based on the minimum wage cases, but getting towards 2.5% by the end of the 2-year period is about as good as it gets from 2.1 now.
Thanks very much.
Thank you very much, Bill.